TikTok is a fairly recent app compared to the titans of social media. Created in China in 2016, TikTok soon became one of the biggest social media platforms, rotting the brains of over 1 billion monthly users. With a platform that big, there's bound to be a lot of controversies. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the TikTok controversy iceberg. And if you're not familiar with what an iceberg is basically a tier list, but an iceberg. And it's where we rank information from the most known to the least known. So as we go down the iceberg, the information will become more obscure and more obscure. But this iceberg is a bit different, as I rank it from the most obscure to the least obscure, but I also rank some of the more morbid ones towards the bottom of the iceberg. But if you guys do enjoy this video, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe. It would really mean the most. Also, my channel has a join feature, so if you want to help me out a bit more, go for it. But enjoy the video. The tip of the iceberg, Devious Licks.
Another viral TikTok trend going in the wrong direction. It's happening in our local schools.
So this trend, you might have heard of it, it's called Devious Licks, and students have been recording themselves vandalizing and stealing school property.
Devious Licks is one of the many controversial challenges on TikTok. A devious lick, also referred as a diabolical lick, was a viral TikTok challenge in 2021, in which North American middle school and high school students posted videos of themselves stealing, vandalizing, or showing off one or more items they stole in their school, typically from bathrooms. This is one of the stupider trends on this app, even though about 90% of the trends are stupid on this app. The trend has resulted in the arrest of many students, as well as various warnings being issued by police department. The trend originated on September 1st, 2021, after a TikTok user by the name Jog4ES posted a video showing a box of disposable masks they claim to have stolen from school, with the caption, "A month into school, Devious Licks." Similar videos with the term Devious Licks soon flooded the platform, with students stealing items from bathrooms such as soaps and paper towel dispensers, toilet roll shields, urinals. Yeah, you heard that right, urinals. I'm not actually sure how they could even do that, but some of these kids actually managed to do that. People also stole sinks, mirrors, and floor towels, and even ceiling towels. Eventually, students allegedly began stealing items outside of the bathroom, including exit signs, telephones, smartboards, and even microscopes. As you can tell, it was chaos in the schools affected, with teachers even making videos on TikTok complaining about the trend. Various schools began taking actions against the trend, warning students of serious consequences and arrest. Some schools in New Brunswick had reported a toilet being sprayed with red food coloring and other forms of vandalism. In Polk County, Florida, 3 students were arrested from 2 high schools, as well as one 15-year-old who was arrested for damaging and stealing soap dispensers at Bridal High School. In Bone County, Kentucky, 8 students were charged over the trend, with 4 of them receiving theft charges and 4 receiving vandalism charges. As you can tell, this trend was very controversial, actually getting a response from TikTok, with the original Devious Lick video being removed on September 13th, and TikTok subsequently began removing videos featuring the trend. The trend was later banned on TikTok on September 15th for violating TikTok's community guideline against illegal activities, by which time the devious hashtags had over 235 million views. US banned in TikTok. Since TikTok's release in 2016, there's been concerns from the government about the safety and security of the app, with the FBI and officials at the Federal Communications actually warning that ByteDance, the creator of TikTok, could share TikTok's users' data, such as browsing history, location, and biometric identifiers with the Chinese government. But the recent controversy was in 2023, when lawmakers in the United States, Europe, and Canada had escalated efforts to restrict the access to TikTok, citing it as a security threat. The White House told federal agencies on the 27th of February that they had 30 days to delete the app from government devices, and on March 1st, 2023, a House committee backed the even more extreme step, voting to advance legislation that would allow President Biden to ban TikTok from all devices nationwide. And on March 23rd, 2023, TikTok's chief executive, Xiao Chu, was grilled about the app's relationship to its parent company and China's potential influence over the platform in roughly 5 hours of testimony before a House of Committee. But it seemed a lot of the accusations were baseless and actually quite stupid, and it was actually quite embarrassing if you sat down and watched some of the accusations they were actually pushing on TikTok. TikTokers partying during COVID. TikTokers loved the party, and it seemed nothing was going to stop them, not even a worldwide pandemic. Many popular TikTokers thought it would be a great idea to throw massive parties during the peak of the pandemic. TikTokers such as Bryce Hall and Blake Gray turned their houses into massive parties, and I somehow didn't get an invite. Those who attended the party seem to have been other famous TikTokers and celebrities, and they also posted videos on Instagram and Twitter celebrating their stupidity. These videos quickly created a lot of controversy on Twitter, with people discussing how stupid their actions were. The videos showed hundreds of these TikTokers and their friends in and out of a house without a mask, and in August 2020, CNN reported that both TikTokers had been charged for the parties they were throwing. The charges brought against them meant they could actually end up in jail for a year and paying fines of up to $2,000. However, in February 2021, it was reported that both TikTokers Bryce Hall and Blake Gray ended up pleading not guilty to the charges. TikTokers using the N-word. Popular TikTokers and the N-bomb is like me and my ex-girlfriend. I just can't stay away from her. And as you know, if a TikToker who isn't black uses the N-bomb but on live or in their video, it causes quite a lot of controversy on the app, and with the controversy results in a very terrible apology. So here are some of these TikTokers: Little Hoddy, Zoe L, Cody Olaf, and much more people, and I'll just play you some of the terrible apologies.
Hey, what's up you guys? I just wanted to make an apology video for the video that's been spreading around. What I said is wrong and does need to be defended. What I said was not right in any way and should not be used by my mouth or anyone else's. I just wanted to apologize to everyone in the TikTok community. I'm sorry. And I want to apologize to the black community as well. I'm sorry. I made an apology on Instagram not too long ago, but I wanted to make sure that people on TikTok were able to see it as well. I've learned a few valuable lessons from this, such as to not speak, not speak, not speak, not speak.
That's what I'm going to say before this video. This video has no cuts, no editing. I'm not monetizing this in any way, so I won't be gaining any revenue off this video. This video is an apology to every single community that I have offended. From the black community to the LGBTQ+ community, I apologize for the words that I've said in the past. These past 8 months, I've been gaining a lot of followers and I've been childish with.
So I see that this video of me saying the N-word on Instagram Live is now spreading around TikTok, and I'm just here to talk about it. And no, I'm not going to sit here and try to play victim or try to make anyone feel bad for me, because that's not what I want at all. I'm so sorry to anyone I offended, and I understand that it was really ignorant for me to even say that word to start off with.
Challenge. This challenge was a trend on TikTok that started in August of 2020, where users pretended to be victims in heaven. Yeah, you heard that right. Victims in heaven. This trend was complete with a full makeup look to simulate dark undercircles and sunken cheeks. In the videos, the users explained how they died, often saying they lost their lives in a gas. Many of these videos used the Bruno Mars song Locked Out of Heaven as the soundtrack, and as you can see, this challenge was very disturbing and outright disrespectful to the actual victims of the. So expectedly, many users took to Twitter to express their disgust over the trend, causing controversy, eventually leading to TikTok blocking the challenge hashtag to discourage people from participating in the stupid challenge. A TikTok spokesperson told Teen Vogue, "We do not condone content like this and are redirecting searches for it to our community guideline to further educate users about our policies and the supportive, inclusive community we are looking to foster on TikTok." The surface of the iceberg. Indian trend. Yeah. The Indian art trend is probably the worst trend to come from this platform. In the summer of 2020, just before TikTok was completely banned in India, a pretty big Indian creator by the name of Mahibur Rahman and his friend filmed and uploaded a very disturbing video where they duetted a woman's video, and it seemed the woman's video was created to raise awareness of sexual abuse and crimes against women, but these two men used the video in a way to make it seem as they had just got done having their way with her or abusing her. This also led to another popular Indian TikToker using the same clip of the woman in another disturbing way, but this time he lip-synced the song with the lyrics, "Only I have a right over your body." Yeah, these videos would be on creepy. These videos caused a lot of uproar as many women of India took to Twitter to report this new disturbing trend, resulting in the chairperson of the National Commission of Women in India taking note of this, resulting in the trend being banned from TikTok. Death due to viral challenges. As we all know, TikTok has had a lot of questionable trends, some very disturbing and some outright stupid. But what if I was to tell you that some of these challenges actually turned deadly? The Blackout Challenge is an internet challenge based released around the choking game, intending to restrict breathing for a set duration of time. It gained widespread notoriety on TikTok in 2021, primarily among children and young teens. This trend blew up on the app, leading to lots of young teens and kids actually attempting this deadly challenge, ultimately resulting in lots of injuries and sometimes death. The challenge has resulted in the death of between 15 and 20 children, with several lawsuits being filed against TikTok for allegedly causing deaths of these children who attempted the challenge, although all the lawsuits ended up being dismissed based on legal immunity. Grooming kids. I won't spend too long on this because I already have a whole iceberg on this topic, but TikTok does have a massive problem with predators and it really needs to be fixed. Australian government threatens to ban TikTok. In late 2019, while Australia was being wrecked by bushfires, young people used TikTok to air their content for the Prime Minister Scott Morrison. During the peak of the crisis, Scott Morrison decided to take his family on a 6-day holiday to Hawaii, and in that time, 2 firefighters lost their lives trying to keep the blaze under control. Understandably, Morrison soon became a figure of ridicule on Australian social media, and the TikTok memes went crazy. One of the videos was actually mocking the PM to the tune of Billy Joe, "We Didn't Start the Fire," which gained over 120 million views in less than a week. Another video used in September's 2006 City for You, which features the lyrics "You'll Never See Me Again," was viewed almost 220,000 times. Months after the viral mocking of Scott Morrison, Morrison actually declared that the Australian government were launching an investigation into TikTok, and the PM actually announced that the intelligence agency would scrutinize the app very closely to find out if it's threatening to the country's data security. But following the investigation, it was found that TikTok didn't compromise Australian security and that it would be allowed to stay running. So my boy really tried to ban TikTok because he was getting mocked online. When Ava Louise filmed herself licking a toilet seat during the COVID-19 pandemic. It seemed during the midst of the pandemic, there was an attempt to make something known as the COVID trend. This was when a TikToker by the name of Ava Louise, who was on a flight to Miami, did something very disgusting and stupid. In the video she shared on her TikTok account on March 14th, she took a massive lick of a toilet seat while throwing up a peace sign before the footage ends. She later shared this on Twitter with the caption, "Please repost this so people can know how to be properly sanitary on the aeroplane." This created a considerable amount of controversy, but mainly with her being mocked, gaining quite a bit of attention and backlash for her stupid behavior. But it seemed the TikToker wasn't bothered by the negative attention, because all publicity is good publicity, right? Well, not always. She said, "I trolled America. It was a clean toilet seat on a sugar daddy's plane. I feel hot, rich and iconic," she continued. "And if those are symptoms of corona, then bitch, I'm ill." Anything for clout, huh? But her attempts to make the Rona trend didn't seem to work, as surprisingly, no one was stupid enough to copy her behavior. Charli Demilio loses 1 million followers in 24 hours. Charli Demilio is one of the biggest TikTokers on the platform, having over 100 million followers. But in 2020, Charli was a struggling TikToker, with a measly fan base of just 99 million followers, just trying to get to the 100 million mark. But after an episode of her family's show, The Demilio Show, aired, Charli was left sobbing in November of 2020 when her follower count dropped from 99.5 million to 98.5 million in just hours because of a remark she made on the episode. In the episode, Charli and her sister Dixie, their parents and James Charles, were being served dinner by their personal chef when the Demilio siblings turned their nose up at the chef's cooking. After Charli tasted the food, she heaved and gagged in front of the chef, resulting in people unfollowing her. I think this is pretty stupid to unfollow her just because she didn't like the cooking. I guess it could be seen as rude. She didn't like the cooking, like what could she do? After Charli's follower count dropped and her TikTok account was filled with comments criticizing her behavior, she took to social media to address the episode, saying, "You can hate me for whatever I've done, but the fact that all of this is happening over a misunderstanding, I just feel like that's not okay. If this is the community that I've put myself in, I don't know if I want to do that anymore." The body of the iceberg. Live streamed on TikTok. In the summer of 2019, a 19-year-old boy by the name of Joe, living in Curitiba, the capital of the state of Parana in southern Brazil, filmed the last live stream of his life on a summer afternoon in 2019. The day before the tragic event, Joe issued an ominous warning to his fans that he had been planning a special performance. It was 3:22 p.m. on the 21st of February 2019. Upwards of 280 people with their eyes glued to their screen, anticipating the special performance Joe spoke of. But little did they know what they were going to witness. On the afternoon of the 21st, Zhao took his life on TikTok Live. This was then clipped and posted on TikTok, and the video remained on the app for more than an hour and a half, showing Zhao's lifeless body with 497 comments and 15 complaints. TikTok only became aware of the incident multiple hours after it happened at around 5 p.m. of that day. The company immediately began putting a public relations strategies in place to ensure that what had occurred never made headlines. Between 5 p.m. and 7:56 p.m., TikTok's Brazil office began to take steps to minimize the impact any potential stories would have in the press. The company waited nearly 3 hours after learning about this before reaching out to the police. Instead of alerting the authorities immediately, the company prepared a press statement taking no responsibilities for the failures of the moderation mechanism that left the live stream online for more than an hour and a half. Alleged censorship of poor and ugly users. According to internal documents obtained by The Intercept, TikTok's app's moderators were instructed to suppress posts created by users deemed too ugly, poor, or disabled for the platform. One document instructs moderators to scan videos of cracked walls and supposedly ugly decorations in users' own homes and punish these poor users by narrowing their audience. TikTok's moderators were also instructed to suppress uploads featuring users with deformities from the For You page. Uploads from users with traits such as an ugly facial look, obvious bare belly, eye disorders, abnormal body shapes, too many wrinkles, and many other low quality videos were instructed to be kept out of the For You page. According to a TikTok spokesperson, the questionable policies for suppressing videos featuring unattractive, poor, or disabled users represented an early blunt attempt at preventing bullying, but are no longer in place and were already out of use when The Intercept obtained them. And on TikTok, it seems there are many different methods people have found to get corn on their children's app. The most recent one that actually saw my FYP was the use of a Squidward picture, and after you swiped in a slideshow, the picture would be of a football player holding a trophy. But if you looked closer in the trophy, you would see an NSFW picture in it, and this plagued TikTok for a while. Or it might have just been my horny FYP. I don't know. In my defense, a lot of these videos had over 2 million likes and tens of millions of views, so it wasn't only just me seeing these videos, and you can even find some of these videos today, but don't go looking for them. But the most popular incident of corn on TikTok was the 22nd of December incident, which unfortunately I didn't experience. But after my friend told me about it, I went to look for it on TikTok, but I was too late. The December 2022 incident, or the TikTok slideshow incident, refers to the date when TikTok slideshows sharing adult content hidden in the slides were posted without moderators taking them down. It was literally corn central on the app. On that day, many TikTok users found that they could post adult content if they posted the videos using the TikTok slideshow effect, and these videos went stupid viral, with them getting tens of millions of likes and hundreds of thousands of shares. This led to the TikTok algorithm recommending it to everybody on the app, and the videos with just straight adult content were getting millions upon millions of views, and many of them weren't actually getting taken down. But all the supposed fun was shut down a couple days later, as all the videos were taken down by December 25th. There's not been any explanation to how this could have happened, but it's been theorized that all the TikTok moderators were home for Christmas and weren't able to take down the video. Imagine if this was actually true. But it keeps on happening to this day, as I've actually seen some of these videos done with Dragon Balls or even using Pokeballs. Don't look for these videos. Egyptian woman jailed for inciting the... Being a social media influencer has slowly become an acceptable profession, right? Well, kind of. But if you were to tell someone that you were a YouTuber or maybe a TikToker or a streamer, it shouldn't result in many issues, right? Well, not in Egypt, as you could find yourself with a 2-year prison sentence for being an influencer. This is exactly what happened to 5 young women who in July 2020 was sentenced by Egyptian authorities for uploading indecent videos to TikTok. Influencers Mahada Al-Adam and Halim Hossam leapt to fame on TikTok for their lip-syncing and dance videos, both gaining millions of followers. But in April 2020, Hossam was arrested after she posted a video explaining how women could earn money talking to strangers on apps like Like. She was accused of inciting debauchery and human trafficking. Al-Halham was arrested shortly after, along with 3 other women who actually wasn't named. The social media stars were prosecuted for violating family values and principles and establishing and running online accounts to commit this crime. On top of their prison sentences, they were each fined 300,000 Egyptian pounds, which is about $19,000 US. Zoe L kissing a minor.
By calling me a groomer and a pedophile and everything. So I didn't groom Connor, wouldn't do that to him, do anything to Connor ever without consent. Connor and I both consented to kissing. That was how it went. We both liked each other, and then we realized that the ages were too different. I just wanted to make it clear that it's not.
Zoe Laverne is a TikToker with over 22 million followers who became popular on the app for her lip-syncing videos and dance challenges. But in 2020, she found herself in the midst of a terrible controversy. In 2020, there was a video that leaked that showed Zoe kissing a 13-year-old boy named Connor, who used to be part of her fanbase. Immediately, the conversation began and people started pointing fingers at the TikTok star for when she was 19 years old. Zoe decided to address the controversy during a live stream as she addressed the comments saying she didn't Connor and she wouldn't do that. He's a kid, I'm aware of that. It just happened and friends do that. They catch feelings for each other. That's not a bad thing. She went on to say, yes, the age is a bad thing. Yes, it's wrong. Yes, it's not good. We both realized that and we stopped. Zoe's mom actually brushed away the comments by saying best friends sometimes kiss, and that's all the two of them were doing. But as serious as the allegations were, Zoe shortly returned to TikTok by making a video about her comeback after being cancelled for the 100th time. The Stoke Twins being charged with a felony. The Stoke Twins, Alan and Alex, took over the content creation role in 2017 when they posted their first YouTube video, gaining over 20 million subscribers on YouTube and about 10 million followers on TikTok, where they posted challenges, pranks, and a glimpse of their lives. It was the pranks that actually catapulted them into fame, but it was also the pranks that caused illegal issues in their personal lives. In 2020, the twins were charged with false imprisonment after a bank robbery. The DA involved in the case said what they found was some kind of twisted attempt to gain more popularity on the internet by unnecessarily putting members of the public and the police officers in danger. These were not pranks. These are crimes that could have resulted in someone getting seriously injured or even killed. Although they began by denying the allegations, Vanity reported on April 21st that the twins had pleaded guilty to the charges against them, and at the sentencing, the twins were told by the judge to put an end to any content that imitates criminal activities. To this day, the Stoke Twins continue to post pranks on TikTok, but they've stayed away from their criminal behavior. Nessa Barrett dancing to a Quran verse. When I thought TikTokers couldn't get any stupider, I always stand corrected. Back in April 2020, Nessa Barrett, then a 17-year-old girl, uploaded a quite controversial video to her more than 6 million followers and immediately took it down due to the backlash she was getting from it. Nessa, realizing what she had done was incredibly stupid and outright disrespectful, immediately took down the video and in a TikTok livestream explained her side of the story and apologized. She explained that she and her friend were just brainstorming ideas to advance her videos, and they came across the video of a man reciting a Quran verse. Unaware of what the words were, the duo decided to put up a dance video to the sound. But people were not satisfied with her apology and started the hashtag Nessa cancelled. Okay, this is a bit much. It seemed that she actually made an honest mistake and she really should have been cancelled for this mistake. People didn't care and more hate comments flooded her videos, with people really trying to get this young girl cancelled. Many called Nessa's apology disingenuous, resulting in her releasing another apology in a TikTok video, clarifying that the video did not come from a hateful place and that she regretted the hurt that she had caused to anyone. The apology really did seem genuine, and I think people really took this too far. The abyss of the iceberg. Libs of TikTok. Libs of TikTok is a handle for various far-right and anti-LGBT social media accounts, most prominently a Twitter account operated by Chaya Raychik, a former real estate agent. Chaya uses the account to repost content created by left-wing and LGBT people on TikTok and on other social media platforms, often with hostile, mocking or derogatory comments. The accounts have featured hate speech and false claims. The Twitter account, also known by the handle Libs of TikTok, has over 2 million followers on Twitter and has become influential among American conservatives and political far-right. Libs of TikTok's social media account has received several temporary suspensions and a permanent suspension from TikTok. Randonauting to a body. Randonauting is a French word for hiking and also a terrible trend on TikTok that became massive on the platform during the 2020 and 2021 era. A random number generator called Randonautica provides players with a set of nearby coordinates to travel to and investigate, where it claims they can discover synchronicities and coincidences outside of the typical experiences. Launched at the start of 2020, Randonauting blew up during social distancing. The Randonautica hashtag on TikTok had over 700 million views news. For many, Randon has provided some much needed relief from the chaos of the pandemic, but one group of Randonauters had a much more disturbing experiences when their adventure was cut short by a terrible discovery. In June 2020, a group of teenagers in Seattle decided to spend the afternoon randonauting. After driving out to a nearby beach, they stumbled across a suitcase that the tide had washed up. The randonauters decided to open the bag, hoping it might contain money, but after the stench subsided, they found something very disturbing stuffed inside. After arriving at the scene, the police discovered a second bag of remains in the water. The deceased were identified as a young couple, Jessica Louise, who was 35, and Austin Warner, who was 27, and both lost their lives due to a gunshot wound. The couple's landlord, Michael Lee Dudd, had been charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder and is awaiting trial. The motives for the crime is currently unknown. TikTok user Og Henry later uploaded footage of the discovery, receiving tens of millions of views, although the video had since been made private. Benji Crow and Jorge Garay accused of... I know I said I wouldn't talk about or the players on this video, but I didn't speak about these guys in my last video. Georgie Gray and Benji Crow were at one point a famous TikTok couple that created content together. However, things changed drastically when a 15-year-old boy accused them of... In 2020, IBT reported that the victim said they took advantage of my friendship and exploited and coerced me, a minor, into doing what they wanted for sexual pleasures. They used the power as an influencer to manipulate me into doing what they wanted because our feelings were mutual. I knew what I was doing, and because I wanted it. Looking back at all of this, it was very easy to be manipulated by someone older than me. The couple broke up shortly after Benji attempted to take his life, and Grace released a statement apologizing and explaining he was trying to do the best he could. He stated, all actions I took were wrong, and it would be unthinkable for me to do them now or ever again. I take full responsibility for my actions, and I want the people affected to feel that their words are heard. I did not want to ignore this or invalidate the feelings of the person involved at any moment. Benji also posted an 1.5-hour YouTube video discussing the situation and apologizing for his wrongdoings. 2 high school students making a racist TikTok.
We have eat watermelon and fried chicken.
Fried chicken and watermelon? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
2 Georgia high schoolers posted a racist video on TikTok. The video shows 2 high school students, a boy and a girl, standing in front of a bathroom mirror. The camera pans to a racial slur written on a piece of paper in the sink. They then read from a scrap of paper that said they were elements that went into making a black person. First we have black, the girl says, as the boy pours a cup of water into a sink. Next we don't have a dad, she says. Among the other pieces of paper were rob people, specifically whites. Yeah, they do that, the boy interjects, and they go to jail. Bro, I've never robbed anyone. What? I've never been to jail either. What? Bro, they got it so wrong, man. They should have asked me what black people are like. I would have told them, bro. The video goes on with each of them reading from scraps of paper as the boy pours water from a cup into the sink. Then he reads from a piece of paper that says, makes good choices. He lifts the cup, which is empty. Oh, there's nothing there, says the girl. That one isn't too off because it's 1 a.m. in the morning and I'm recording this video. So you know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. The video, which was posted on TikTok, gained a lot more views than they were expecting, and the backlash they received was insane, with people finding their location and their school. The video quickly caught the attention of their school, and the school quickly put out a statement denouncing the students and removing them from the school. The Ronnie McNutt video. On August 31st, 2020, Ronnie McNutt, a 33-year-old American man, took his own life by himself under the chin with a single-shot rifle on a Facebook Live, which went viral on various social media platforms. The case became notable for both the callous attitude expressed toward McNutt's death by some internet users, as well as Facebook's slow response to the video, which had been shared to numerous other platforms, and amassed a large view count before finally being taken down. TikTok was also slow to respond to the video, which had appeared in many users' feed, and constant re-uploads leading to many users choosing to boycott the platform. The semi-trend on TikTok was to have the video on the user's For You page as a normal video until the very last second, as it switches to Ronnie taking his own life, scarring the younger audience on the app. TikTok video. I'm not really sure how these disturbing videos keep appearing on TikTok, but they always find a way on this supposed children's app. There was a video going around in 2021 that displayed what seemed like a little girl being beheaded, but it wasn't a little girl. The video was shared by Mayango3, who has since been banned, and it starts with a girl dancing in front of a camera in a black tank top and white shorts. Seconds later, it cuts to a gory scene where several men speaking Spanish take the head of a living man. This clip spread like wildfire on TikTok, resulting in a spokesperson for TikTok apologizing for the security breach in a statement to Newsweek about the incident.
Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video.
come here. And if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It really means a lot. And I'll see you in the next video.